everyone. I have the pleasure to introduce you to Dimitro. He's the CEO and founder of Stripo, and he will tell us about the evolving role of the email marketer. Enjoy.
Yeah, hello again. And yes, who is email marketer? And before I start, just 2 words about myself. I have about 20 years of background of being developer. So first thing I did applied mathematics in university, and we established a company for writing a code. And one day we decided to do the tools for marketing technologies. And in this day, people know me as a marketer, but I'm a developer. And usually developers are not very good marketers. But marketers are not very good developers and coders. So in these 2 years, we built several tools for email marketing. One of them is Stripo. Stripo is email design builder. So it's a place where you can go and create awesome email that looks good, any platform, and then export to the system you use for sending. You can export to Mautic with 1 click. So, and we have some other products, but I'm here not for promotion, but to discuss who is email marketer. And I think the email marketer is a person who usually care about, if you know what is 5R rule. So sending right message to the right person in the right moment of time, using the right channel, and like we heard today, is also in the right context. And all of the thing about the personalization. So we have to get a lot of data to understand how to use this data to find these right things. And it's what email marketer does. And really what he do, he creating emails. And creating emails is not the easiest thing to do. It's first you have to do copywriting, creating design. I don't know what's first. Sometimes the first is conceptual stuff, then text, design, and then code. Because of designer usually works, I don't know where, in Figma or in any other tool, but to create email that works, you need to code this, because if it have to work good in Outlook or in Gmail or in Apple Mail, which is tricky stuff. But it's not only thing he does. He also do all the deployment process, started from planning, localizing this, deployment, testing, and all these things, which is completely different like skill set. You have to understand all this API stuff, deliverability stuff, analytics stuff. And it's only like technical thing. And another layer is a strategical layer, where you have to get your objectives, then build the strategy to achieve these objectives, understand the tactics, understand how you can implement this, understand the metrics, and check how it matches your goals. And usually, for big companies, for each of these roles, it's a different people. But we still have a company where we have sometimes less than 1 person who dedicated for marketing channels. And what this person is responsible for, how to measure his success. So if I just wanted to prepare a brief list of the skills email marketers have to do, and it's a lot. It's like, and by the way, I never saw that like in university the faculty of email marketing. And nobody wants a dream when he's in a school to be email marketer. Somebody dreams to be a doctor, sometimes engineer, or I don't know, pilot, but nobody wants to be email marketer. And there are so many things you have to understand, starting from easy copywriting and designing and marketing messages, but he also have to know HTML and CSS in advanced version. He have to have like integration skill, just understanding how API works, what's the difference between HTTP, HTTPS, GET, POST, request, and other stuff. And how to analyze data. To get the data, you have to write SQL. You have to write the code. And then when you have this code, it's not enough to work just with Excel, but you have to work with Excel. And it's hard. So, and it's only 4 items from this list. So if he is like this magic person who must to do everything, how to measure his success. And to understand how to measure, let's just provide a big list of metrics usually email marketer has in his context. And I just split them in a table into 4 different categories. First is a tactical and strategical. Tactical, there are metrics that are related to one campaign. Abandoned cards, welcome email, and others. And strategic, that's related to a contact. And usually it's time related. It's not really important how many emails he opened in this campaign. It's important how he engaged in a channel. From other side, the metrics you can have in a central level and in strategic business level. Let's give an example. Open rate, deliverability rate, and subscriber rate, it's all tactical, internal, central level. A lot of email marketers measure it by this metric because of it's easy to get, very easy. But can we trust them? No, especially now when so many restrictions and all email clients trying to hide any personal information and so on. Sometimes it's fake opens or some opens you don't know that they were opened because of images were blocked or something like that. And strategic for sender level is like trend. You have to understand that you have open rate this last week and now it's going down. And okay, maybe it's deliverability issue. Or it's a cohort analysis. Cohort analysis is analysis that allows you to understand how long you can keep every customer, and you look to it in a dynamic. So you know that you achieved 5,000 customers last month, and they're still active the next month only 50%. It means that you lost 50%. And what happened next month? And what happened with the cohort of these people you get for your Black Friday or Halloween campaign? How you can keep them in your system. So it's all strategic for sender level. And you have external metrics, which is revenue, or something you can have from your in a social network, how many comments you have under the post you put in advertisement in your email campaign. Revenue per campaign, newly generated, new customer rate, a lot of them. But most important metric are external strategical because they're not about emails. They're about how you can keep your customer in your business. And doesn't matter channel at all. Maybe sometimes it's not only channel, but you always look how email impact on this. It's average revenue per user. It's lifetime value and NPS, if you know, Net Promoter Score, and so on. So a lot of metrics. But how to measure? Interesting thing that now it's one of the biggest transformations in businesses to change the metric from campaign optimization to customer journey optimization. It doesn't matter he interacts with my welcome service or not, if he bought a second purchase and stayed with us, or if he opened emails but didn't go to the right direction. We just lost them. So this customer journey optimization is one of the biggest, I think, transformation of marketing automation system as well. Because earlier, when we only started to do marketing automation, we all did very low-level stuff. We just wanted to prove we can send email, we can track the data, we can get this data and just bring to some customer. But it's not our goal. Our goal is to have more revenue from our contact base and understand where is potential and how to find this potential. So what I found, that most of the companies who hire email marketer, they all ask, we need you to improve our retention, to have more money from our customer. But when they start to work, they measure them by open rate because of it's easier. How you can say, okay, you improved my revenue per user because of you have to wait for half a year sometime to get this data. But you want to give him a bonuses for his monthly work, and it's much easier to do it using the open rates. And what it motivates marketer, it motivates to send more emails or less emails Do you know how to make 100% open rate? Send one email to yourself or to your mom. Yeah, you will have good open rate. From other thing, if you need total open, just send as much as possible with the biggest frequency you can only do. Maybe it's not very efficient because of your database will unsubscribe, mark as a spam. But now you will have your like KPI or OKR to get your bonus. It means that these metrics just demotivate your marketer to work for business needs, especially for the needs you was used when you hired them. And another quote I would like to say that strategy is a map. And it was my dream in email marketing to show marketer map and show, okay, we are here and it's our goal. You can find your route. But don't plan the strategic campaign. Because the first time I was asked for marketers to create a strategy, I worked for months and prepared the document, more than 100 pages. A lot of numbers, a lot of strategies, and put the very big list of recommendations. And I don't know, still today, and I was paid for this work. We are very good friends with the business who asked me to do this. But I think they still implemented, I don't know, 4 pages from this document. And everything is changed. I'm from Ukraine. It was Ukrainian business. Now the war. And before this, it was COVID time. And before this, there are a lot of other transformation businesses. Just change it completely. Why I spent my month for work that nobody need? And I thought, okay, I'm a programmer. And in programmer, we met this problem in development a lot because of its very high price for development things that nobody need. And we agreed we don't do waterfall. We want to be agile. We want to just understand where is our goal and find the best step we can do to be close to our goal. But to do this in email marketing, we need to get the map. And thank you for this metaphor. It's what I really wanted to build. And I think I found something that's valuable to share with you. And in this map, I built like 2 big domains. First is the data, because of we speaking about the personalization, and personalization works only with sophisticated data. And I split the data into 4 levels. First level is very basic. It's like we can export in our system using Excel spreadsheet, CSV file. So first name, last name, date of birth, the country, something maybe can be changed, but it's pretty static. Date of birth not, age can be changed. But gender can be changed, but not very often. So channel is what we can have from a sender. So we understand he open or don't open, clicked, opt-in or not. The next level, we have his purchase history, and we understand how a loyal customer for us or not. And the all machine learning stuff and big data from social network, from partners and others. So 4 levels. It's good, but what I understood that it doesn't work till we add another basis. I got it from Aikido martial arts, Shuhari. Shuhari is a 3 level of understanding what you do. So in martial art, level Shu is level of best practices, when you just need to repeat what your sensei, teacher said to you, what experts said to you. Just repeat, don't think, don't argue, repeat. And it's Shu level. The next level is a Ha level, when you have your experience and when you practice something and you understand, I cannot do this now because of it's wet, it's raining, or my knee hurts. So he has a knife, it's better to run. So you already have experience and understand what you can do, what works, what doesn't work, but it's next level. Before this, you never say to sensei, okay, I cannot do this because of, I don't agree with you. So it's a wrong way. And the next level is the real level, when you do your own ideas. And how we can implement this to our map. First thing we have to realize the money. Most money we can have from a Shu level when you just implement best practices. And in a high level, you do experiments. And usually experiments don't give you very big value. Sometimes it's even worse. Sometimes it just performs worse because of your experiment. You're experimenting not from something bad to improve, but from something good. You want to have better, but you have to understand why it works better. And it's very hard. You're spending much more time doing experiments without real big improvement. And the real improvement here could be when you understand, based on your experiments, what performs better and why. When you understand why, you can change business. And when you're changing business in communication with your customer, it will give you much more value. It means that if your marketer doesn't have impact onto your business, never go to this level. Just stop here. And the metric. If we understand this, we have to focus not on open rate, not on the click rate, but in implementing best practices. Because of as much best practices we can implement, we have more money. To start, we need to start from the 0 point, just with something that works good. We never have to buy a database. We have to set all delivery stuff, DKM, SPF, DMARC, reputation, all this limit stuff we heard today, and warm up your IPs, blah, blah, blah. You do this. Next level is a basic level, and you implement it only on a sure level, from bottom to to above. So basic data, welcome series, some seasonal promotion, mostly it's bulk updates. Maybe not very good segmenting, but adding segments, it's easy. The next level, when you do channel, you do reactivation strategy, some re-engagement campaign, user inactivity reminders, and things like this. The next level is related to your purchase. It means cross-sell, upsell, thank you for your purchase, all these triggers, put the recommendation. But really recommendation when you add your machine learning stuff, product feed, some advanced predictive segmentation, so more clever stuff. And you will have more money. And the next step, you can move forward and try to optimize what works better. But I think before going to the high level, to the level of experiments, we need to optimize what we already did. First, we can do just best practices. Don't think about button size, round corner, or just, I don't know, big, small, with gradient, font size. Just do good enough based on your brand consistency, based on templates you see from a good brand. Just copy them to you, implement them, and it would work, and it will give you most money you can get. Then do experiments. But before you start to do experiments, you're busy to support in all the stuff you did. You know, there are more than 20 different activities. You have a very busy calendar for preparing stuff. You need to optimize time. How to optimize time? First, automate whole routine. If you build an email, spending, I don't know, by statistic in Litmus, 21 email for one promotional, including all the collaboration stuff. Okay, 3 hours if you spend for email, 2 hours. Minify it to 20 minutes if it's nothing very special. To do this, you have to write, we will speak. I don't want to go through the whole item because we're very limited on the time, but remove everything that doesn't work. You implemented something, and maybe you implement something, I don't know, like a birthday campaign. Yeah, it's very basic, birthday campaign. But if you don't understand how to do this, do it manually, once per, I don't know, every first number of each month. Like this month, you can say, oh, we celebrate, today is November birthdays, and you have promotion for 1 month. It's not necessary to send email exactly in his birthday, because maybe he's busy with other stuff. And usually it's a bad idea to celebrate it in the day of his birthday, because of maybe in advance, just share with your friends what they can give you as a present from our shop, or you can give them some special offer. Or maybe if you got money, you can spend additional week to buy something for yourself in our shop. So you can do it once per month. But later, to be more actual, you can integrate it as a trigger. And you can do this and simplify product recommendation. Product recommendation, most of your customer database, you just don't have activity data from them. Okay, send them most actual products on your site, most popular products. It's again kind of product recommendation, but later you will improve this. So remove everything that doesn't work and automate what works and what you do manually. The next, minify connections. If you have a team and you have to speak with a designer or with a coder a lot of time, trying to approve some text, or maybe deploy something, or agree how email looks on Outlook 2000. It's okay, 2000. it still exists. So, minify connection. How to do this? Just reuse what you already did. You don't need to approve and change a code which you already have created. Don't do some extras. It doesn't give you a lot of value from this. So maintain a reusable assets. If you have, it means a big transformation from a template to modules. Modules is a key of saving a time in email building. It means when you create, I don't know, footer and want to update this, you can update footer as a module and say, okay, update all emails that use this footer automatically. For example, for Halloween, you wanted to add some bat in your logo. It sounds easy, but if you have 40 triggers and spend at least 1 minute for each email to send and test, no, it's not, it's 5 minutes. 5 multiple 40. But if you have several languages, it's a huge amount of time. So we in a Striper, I would say here that what is in common between rocket science, SpaceX Falcon 9, and email, I would say reusable modules. Because of Eastwood rocket sent every time in your rocket, you maybe heard that heavy forgot the name of the rocket. Heavy. Yeah,
Is it Falcon?
No, not Falcon. Yeah, okay. So they just launched the first model first time with a huge, and they reuse, just refill and reuse again. We can do the same with the module. We can create some things like here, questionnaire in email. You know that now in email it's possible to do forms or interactive emails that can be updated in real time, not in the moment when you send email, but in the moment when your customer interacts with email. But to do this, you have to prepare AMP version that works in Gmail. Then you have to prepare HTML5 version that works in Apple. Then you have fallback for some email clients who doesn't support this technology. It's a lot of work. And usually for your 5,000 or 20,000 contact base, it just don't worth it. And we don't do this. But we can create a module and configure them. When we do this, like we do in Striper, you just did questionnaire, and then you can export HTML, AMP HTML version, and deploy very easily. And we roll these modules, like a lot of them, like Wheel of Fortune in email, or match name and questionnaires. You can just create a blog, export into email, send it, and don't test them again. Adopt collaborative tools. If you would only see how much time team spends trying to approve some basic stuff, like you prepare email, and then, I don't know, call to your boss or write in a Slack or an email for approve. They give you a comment, you change something in email and ask him to refresh email, yeah, because he have to see that it's updated. It's a lot of signals that they have to do something. But in a Figma or in a Google Doc, you all can work in the same document in the same time. Once boss added the comment, another already changed it till he's preparing another comment, and as a result they say approve. Because of task switching between the tasks generate a lot of waste of time, which means that you don't have to keep concentration and focus on email approval and don't give him a chance to go for a coffee, for example. Like for our today's session. We all here, we understand that we cannot start yet, and somebody went to a kitchen to have some additional coffee. Another person here, and we're waiting for this one. So it's the same that happened with email. So collaboration tool. For example, we in a Stripe do it like in a Figma in a Google Doc, when you see each process in a co-editing, or adding the comments, approval process. And modules is very important because of you can synchronize modules in all your emails because of other stuff, but I don't have time to explain. Another thing, I don't know why, I just added some slides during our just presentation. Everybody speak about AI, yeah? But is it really important for our daily life? Yes, it's automating routine work. But AI usually generate results we cannot predict. It means that we always have to, I say it's like mom problem, because of my mom I usually ask, okay, sometimes it's better to do myself than asking you. It's the same that happened with AI. It always generates something. And I always did something that mom asked me, but she's not satisfied. And marketers usually not satisfied with the result AI generate, especially when it takes into whole design, whole process. But it works for a small piece of task, like a subject line generation. It's hard to be wrong. We need to have a brainstorming to choose something and improve. And there are a lot of tools that can do this. We have some of them. But it is important to keep the context of your business and understanding your persona. And when you uploaded all the detail about your business, about your persona, what you plan to send, you have much better result. And what we did, we wrote, I spent whole year on AI tool that generate email, not first email, but generate something that I can reuse every time. To do this, we need to control every step of AI and specify what we need. And here, how it works, you provide, I want to promote webinar based on landing page. It's easy for AI to get from a landing page the time, the speaker, the descriptions, everything. You have a context. And then it generates, okay, we can do 4 emails to support, like pre-launch, 2 minutes late, after see the recording, and something like that. And each email, as a result, have to be high quality, brand consistent, accessibility adopted, and other stuff. How to do this? I split to several tasks. First, set up when we do all the context. The next, prepare like data we have from third party. And then we build the strategy where you have a brief for your strategy. First, 14 days before, unlock your email marketing with Caspay. We just did integration. And then 10 days, in 5 minutes before, day after. And very quick brief. You can agree, regenerate. You don't need to go forward till you agree on these steps. The next, for each email, it prepares just brief for email, header, webinar speaker introductions, and others. Then you have a modules. It's why I say modules is very important. And you say, okay, in my design, you already have a modules that's adopted for my business, that's totally brand consistent, and you can use for each module. And then for each module, you have just parameters. It's a time, it's a speaker one name, it's speaker one position, and it would maybe be trash there because if you can control this. And it generates for each blog, find the module, fill with the data, and as a result, you have your email. It means that to use AI, we need to control this. But to control this, we need to split the task in very small and delegate only tasks that we can trust. I never can trust him to generate images for me, for my promotional. I have designer, I pay a designer for this, and he can use AI if he wants. Maybe later I will automate this routine as well. Integrate quality control. It means that you don't need to spend a lot of time for checking how email looks in Gmail and Outlook and for mobile devices. There are a lot of services for this. In Stripe, we integrated with email on ACID. You can use email on ACID. You can use Litmus, which prepare you not emulator, but real screenshot from your email, how it looks, and see if something wrong. And we discussed it earlier. It costs a lot to check every email. But if your email consists only from modules, and each module is tested, then email is tested. You don't need to test any email. You just need to be sure that each module is tested. Accessibility stuff. Nobody cares about accessibility, but you have to know that it's even based on the law. You have to do your email accessible. It doesn't really impact on your click rate, because if you fix something in the contrast, but people with a disability or just lift from you, because if you didn't do accessible email before, you just need to implement it constantly, it will have additional 5 up to 10% of audience. Links have to work, spam checkers, other stuff. Just do it automatically. And I think the system role is transformed a lot. Sorry, I will skip this because if it's interesting, but I will skip. The next step, when you optimize time, you have now the time you freed for yourself, yeah, for optimization, for build, measure, learn loop. And this cycle you have to do forever to learn from your communication and change the business which generates the revenue. First, you have to check what works better. Green button, red button, never works this test, but it's very popular. Test, understand that red works better. Wow, happy, leave it. Do you know why it works better? Because of you had always green and now you have red and your customer, ooh, something strange, I have to click. And then it's again going down. You have to understand how trust numbers, but you learn what works. And then you're trying to understand and verify why your customers do and behave differently from best practices. When you understand, again, you will have something. And the role of email marketer, if he cannot change impact on the business, it means don't do this. Don't just stop here in optimization. First, to implement best practices, you usually need, sorry for sexism, but it is a developer. It's a very technical guy. And she is creative. And in the very first stage, you need somebody who can just implement something. It just works. He has to be driven by result. And later, to do experiments, maybe you should change him, or maybe add to the team somebody who is more marketing-oriented person, or really contact-oriented. Because of here is technology, there are people. And I think that one of the biggest transformation of email marketer, so he has to belong not to the marketing unit, but mostly to the retention unit. So it's not bound to the like being not responsible for sending email. He has to be responsible to engage and retain your customers. And yes, the biggest takeaway here, first, begin with the best practices. Second, optimize your workflow. Third, do continuous learning only when you do previous 2 items. And think about email marketing as a retention team in the business unit. And it's all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions? Yes.
Yeah, please.
Great presentation. I just wanted to ask, what approaches have you seen an email marketer take to get from switching from the revenue, you need to drive money, to them being more involved in the business unit and the retention piece? Like, are there any approaches that you've seen to be quite successful in doing that?
Yeah, first you have to close all technical depths. First, everything has to be configured and work, and you start to gather data. Based on data, you can have the next step and next solution. Because of what I see, most of the companies hire advanced email marketing, and he starts from hypothesis. He cannot check this hypothesis. There's so many ideas that generate a lot of efforts, no result. So I would say, first, don't think about marketing. Implementing basic stuff is not marketing. It's just homework. It's a requirement before you start marketing. Where you have a data, it means you organize everything. It means that you have your data feed that works. It means that recommendation adjusted. It means that all triggers works, and you can check how much data you have. It means that you can, for bonded cards, you need to identify session on the site, yeah, because if you know that a card is abandoned, but by whom you have to get this. And we had, I don't remember who presented this slide, benchmarks. Benchmarks, you have benchmarks published, and you know, okay, I have only 10% of authenticated sessions, and it have to be 30. So maybe something wrong. How I can increase this number? Maybe because of in all your links from email and other channels, you don't put contact identifier to keep it in the session. And so do this. When you have this, you see the number, compare with benchmarks, and compare with your business objectives. You understand your business, or others who prepare these best practices don't. So that's it. If it's a question, if it's an answer.
Any further questions?
Really, I didn't expect questions, but yeah, no questions.
All right, if that's it, then thank you again, and we will continue at 4 p.m. here for the AMA of the Mautic Council.